believe that the action of the federal government is totally condemnable in trying to abandon the negotiations that commenced already and not allowing that process to go through. We had filed an action on the 8th of September before this same National Industrial Court, asking the court to compel the government to respect and enforce the agreements that is pending and binding on the parties, because we're not giving a good impression to the entire world. If you willingly enter into agreements and then for one reason or the other, one party to that agreement is not willing to abide by it and is trying to use force, and that's why it's important that we believe that the court will intervene to ensure that that agreement remains enforceable. And then once that is done, we can then talk about how lecturers can go back to the universities and then the schools will open, because the state of the universities presently is totally decrepit. I am working with a lot of alumni in my own former university, building hostels, doing a lot of things to ensure that the welfare of students and lecturers is something that can be proud of. So we can't allow a system whereby government abandons its own responsibilities, and then the money that is supposed to be used for infrastructure and the education of our children are being embezzled. How much is ASUU asking for? What does it take to build the universities? So we believe that those of us who went through those universities, it was because of the commitment of government that we were able to attend those schools and we came out. I was in Ife, and we fought for the autonomy of universities and also the funding of universities. That's why we are able to come here today and speak to you. That is not going on presently. No, we informed the court that we are filing our application for joinder because we only got to know about this case on the media. And you know, when you have two cases pending before the same court, it's good that the same judge should hear them to avoid different and inconsistent results, you know, which will throw the system into confusion. We have already served the federal government with our papers, so it was only neat that the case being filed by government is consolidated with our own so that a single decision can come out of it, and then that way we can move forward. But going forward, I think that it's important for government to dialogue with ASUU and ensure that the agreement that is pending is enforced. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
The federal government, through the Ministry of Labor, is trying to approach this court. It hasn't done so properly. Hence, the counsel to the government announced this morning that they are filing some papers. We are waiting for the government because we intend to join issues with the government on the current strike. We have no business coming here because the matter ought to have been resolved by now. And the government has just set up another committee of 14 members. That was done last week. So we're expecting their report. So when we're just suddenly told that the government had rushed to the court. I hope it's not a reaction to the suit by SERAP. No, they only served us the referral, i.e. that the Minister of Labor had rushed to the NIC under the old rules. But I think the lawyers have discovered that that will not be sufficient. Hence, they are filing papers now.
Okay. In that referral, were there any grounds of a suit at which you brought the suit before this court?
Well, the government is seeking the interpretation, you know, of the court with respect to the 2009 agreement, which both parties have left. You had the 2019 agreement, memorandum in 2020, right? So the government also wants to an interpretation on no work, no pay. And this is an area where the government has tried to blackmail ASUU, unknown to members of the public. University lecturers, teach, they engage in teaching and research. Even when lecturers are not teaching, they are carrying on research. And what is important, if ASUU calls off the strike today, the areas, the lost ground will be covered. You understand me? So it's not the normal strike where the workers are asked to resume and they start where they left, their offices. In this case, the lecturers will be compelled to teach their students and ensure that the lost ground is covered so that nobody will lose this session. And once that happens, there will be no holidays for ASUU. They teach members who teach over the weekends, public holidays, will not be observed. And that has been the experience. So nobody should blackmail the university lecturer. We are appealing again to the government, even as a council.
Are you saying that
Address this problem so that our students can go back to classes? Yes?
Are you saying that the federal government has no ground for filing the suit against?
But you saw them in court. They are yet to put their house in order. The government has not been able to make a case for the intervention of the court. Hence the basis of the adjournment. Please, we are filing papers. Allow us time. So we are waiting for those papers. Because this is not the first time government had adopted these rather dilatory tactics, which have a way of prolonging strikes. We were here last year when you had the resident doctor strike. It was the same approach. They said they won't be paid. At the end of the day, government had to pay them. And that is what happens all the time.
Sir, the government is hinging it on Section 17 of the Trade Dispute Act. Is it applicable in this matter?
It's not applicable. That's what I've just told you. What the law envisaged was that if you didn't work, you shouldn't be paid. But if I'm saying I am going to work, in the past, when ASUU declared a strike, the members always covered lost ground, and they're going to do so this time. So there shouldn't be any blackmail here. Because when the government says there's no money, but there's money in the country. But it's a question of priority. Has the government given attention to education? And we must run a country where agreements are observed by governments under the rule of law. Because once the government has signed an agreement with ASUU and is registered in the Ministry of Labor, it's binding on the government. But the government has a way of violating its own commitment all the time. And that is why you have these strikes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.